Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another scholarship video, because this one is a scholarship video, and this is a scholarship that has just been launched by Sunchon National University. Yeah, National University, which means it's a government university owned by Korean government. It's a fully funded scholarship, but there are some drawbacks which I'll explain in the course of this video. So I'll take you directly to my computer and then we'll go through the application guideline. It is equally important to note that just like the AMA scholarship, that scholarship offered by Korean National University of Arts, that is ongoing, which you can click on the link that is up there and watch. This application guide equally has all the forms that you will need to fill and then apply for this scholarship. So let's go to my computer. Okay everyone, welcome to my computer once more. So on Google we are going to type Suncheon National University. Since I had already visited the page, it's the first option that we will select, and then on the list of proposals from Google we'll select the first one that has everything in Korean language. Okay, so it will take us to this page. Normally this page is all in Korean language, but based on the fact that my browser usually translates, I'll still go ahead and select English. That's in the case where your browser does not translate. So it will take us to this page where it says admissions, Sunchon National University. Okay, we'll select admission, and then you can go to group. On this page you have an option to take Korean or English, so we will select English. When you click on that, before we continue, please guys, continue to subscribe to the channel. Like I have always said in most of my videos, I always provide some reels that will help you in studying basic Korean language. Just like few seconds reel. Subscribe so that you become part of the community. I equally have a Facebook group where I usually post scholarship information. Actually I have two groups. One is for scholarships in South Korea and the other one is for scholarships in any other part of the world. So if you want to be informed, please join the community. And whenever there is like any information about Korea, I have a Facebook page. You might want to follow the page so that you will be updated with everything that is happening around Korea. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future video. It takes us to this page, fall semester 2022 graduate admission for international students. So if you scroll and go down, it would say 2022 number 4 month, and then Suncheon Daehakgyo. So if you go to the next page, it says content. What we will do is we will look at special admission prerequisites, Korean expatriate and foreigner. So basically in this admission you have the normal admission and then you have another special admission, and then we will look at the majors. That's the first one, and then next we will look at the timeline, the deadline, the application start and end period for eligibility and the rest right up to number 6. You can go through the application guideline and then look at what it says there. If there is anything that you don't understand, you can always leave me a message at the bottom of this video and then I'll respond accordingly. I will equally provide a link to this PDF where you can download it. So let's go to number 1. Alright, number 1, special admission prerequisites, Korean expatriate and foreigner, department, major. So what we have to do is look at this. This is graduate course. You have M for master, you equally have M here for master, and there is a circle here, which means the course is provided at the master's level. And then you have D, doctorate, you equally have D, doctorate, which means this course, law, is provided both at the master's and the doctorate level. And then you have C, which is combined master and doctorate. So if you find C here and then you have a circle here, it means law is provided both at master's and doctorate level, which means in the process of applying, you can apply to come and do combined studies, which means you do your master's in law and then transition to a doctorate in law. Same thing with public administration. You would do your master's in public administration and then transition to doctorate in public administration. Or if you want, you can just apply for only master's and then later on you can apply to do a doctorate. Or if you want, you can just apply for a doctorate if you already have a master's degree. So that's how it works. So if you look here, down from number 3, there is business administration. Business administration is provided only at the master's level. They do not offer it here at doctorate, but we'll have to keep on going down and you'll discover something. International trade, only at the master's, and then logistic, only at the master's. Okay, if you come down here, it says Division of Business Administration, International Trade and Commerce. You go down. Business administration is offered at the doctorate. But you would ask yourself, was it not here as a combined major? Yes, it is here as a combined major. But if you come down here, if you look here, you would see business administration, and then if you look up here, there is equally business administration, which was provided at the master's level and it was not provided at the doctorate level. So why are they providing it here at the doctorate level? That is because they are not offering it as a combined major. So if you look down here, you would find accounting. They offer it at the doctorate, but they don't have it at the master's level. And then they equally have international trade, which we had here at the master's level. So in this situation, you can only apply for international trade and business administration as a master's program. You cannot do combined. I hope that is clear. All right, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is admissions timeline. So if you look here, you would find steps, schedule, place, and then remark. So application submission, it begins from May the 16th. That's tomorrow as of the day of the recording of this video, which is today Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday the 16th. So it will run right up to June the 7th, Tuesday. Basically, you have 3 weeks to submit your application. And then where is the place to submit your application? Department of International Affairs and Education, delivered to graduate school. So Department of International Affairs and Education is DA. So you would submit it here at the graduate school, and then you would submit it in person if you're submitting into this graduate school. That's for those who are already in South Korea. If you have any problem, you can contact the graduate school using this phone number here. And then there is special admission screening. I said this program has 2 admissions. When we go down to number 8, I'll show you where the difference is. So the special admission is from June 20th, that's on a Monday, right up to June 22, Wednesday. So basically this is a 2-day screening process. And then the place of screening will be at the appointed department. Submission would be at a department that will be decided on later on. And then down here you have admission announcement. It begins from the 30th of June on a Thursday, and that will be on the graduate school website. You have the website down here. And then payment of tuition fee, don't worry about that, we'll talk about it later on. because this is a scholarship, so basically there is no tuition fee here. Okay, then look here. Recruitment schedule, selection method, and entrance quota may be changed depending on the circumstances of the related department. So normally they have a quota, and then they can change the dates. Like they can change the application submission date, they can change the special admission screening date, they can equally change the admission announcement date, or even they can change the tuition date. For eligibility, number 3, you would have to go through the form yourself and then look at what it has to say. Let's go to number 8. Number 7 says application fee. It is free. So there is no application fee for this scholarship. And then number 8 is scholarship benefits. This is what is of importance to us because it's always nice to know the scholarship package. So how is the funding? The first one is academic activity support scholarship. Before I go into details, it is important to know that this scholarship is not totally full. Let me explain. The scholarship will offer you tuition fee 100%, but your living expenses are not covered, which means you would have to look for another means to cover your living expenses, and this is one of the means. Academic activity support scholarship. For example, the first one, it says research support scholarship. Most masters and P.hD students are assistant to the professor, research assistant to the professor, if I can call it that way, which means you will be in the lab doing research and writing scholarly articles. In the process of doing those things, since you're assisting the professor will equally be financing you. It all depends on the professor. It can begin from 500,000 won on a monthly basis, so as to help you sustain with your living expenses. And then another means of finance is through academic conference presentation scholarship, which means if you write a research paper and then if you're able to apply to go and present in a conference, be it a conference in South Korea or an international conference, the professor can decide to support you in presenting in that conference. They can support you financially to make it possible for you to go and present in that conference. That's another means of funding to the student. Okay, so this one, special exemption. Normally people who have disability, the scholarship is 100%. Let's skip and go to the next one. Applicants who have completed bachelor's master's course, waiver for the first semester tuition fee. So this is just simply to tell you that it is a 100% scholarship, but you have to make sure you're performant. If you don't maintain a certain GPA, you might lose your scholarship. Which means if you come and start this program and then after the first semester you're not performing, you're not meeting up with the required GPA, you might lose your scholarship. So the 100% scholarship is dependent on your academic performance as the semesters go by. So there is a research assistant scholarship. It's basically almost the same like what I explained up here. When you carry out research, then you would have a scholarship. So those who are selected as assistant for education and research, so you're studying and you're equally doing research. In the process of doing both, the professor can offer you financial support, but it is important to know that you would first have to apply to the graduate school to obtain this admission, and then you would have to contact a professor who is offering the course that you are interested in studying here in South Korea, and then the professor will tell you what he or she wants from you, and then after you must have fulfilled those requirements, then the professor will then recommend you to the university, and then the professor will be able to offer you scholarship that will help in covering your living expenses. It can begin from 500,000, it can be 1 million won, it can be 1.5 million won. It all depends on the professor. So there is another scholarship, they call it the Paru Regional Talent Scholarship, off-campus scholarship. So this is a scholarship that is offered to the university at the tune of 200 million every year to the graduate school of Sunchon National University. This is to help support students who have talent. So Paruco Limited is actually a company that assists the university to pay the tuition fee of students who are outstanding, to help them obtain their university degrees. Okay, so who is qualified to apply for this scholarship? All graduate students, including foreigners. So if you've had your bachelor's degree, you can then apply to come and study any graduate course, be it at the master's or doctorate. The total number of people is 10 people per year, and the scholarship amount, the entire cost of the 4-semester tuition. So normally you have to know that master's is 2 years, 4 semesters. So every year is 2 semesters. So they'll pay a tuition fee for the 4 semesters. Double scholarships are not allowed, which means after you must have obtained the scholarship, you cannot apply for any other scholarship. And then look here, 4 semester of the doctoral program, and then 8 semester of the combined master doctorate program can be supported. So I know now you'll be asking, 4 semesters for a doctorate program? Normally a doctorate program is 8 semesters, that's 4 years. But like I said, they would cover it for 2 years, and based on your performance, your professor can always recommend that they should keep on funding you. So it all depends on your academic performance. That's why I said it's some sort of a full-time scholarship, but at the same time it has some conditions. So how much will you be receiving as living expenses? It's 500,000 won. Towards living expenses can be paid according to screening. 500,000 won towards living expenses can be paid according to screening. So based on your transcript and your degree certificate that you're using to apply, based on your performance, based on your score, that's how they're going to decide on providing you with a living expense. So selection process, they'll assess application, and then secondly they'll do an interview. Okay, let's continue. So that's the first form of admission. Now there is another one. Remember I said there are 2 admission processes that are going on at Suncheon National University. The second one is special scholarship. So special scholarship, it offers living expenses support for students who will be going in for advanced components and material engineering. So if you're applying for these 2, you would receive a special scholarship. So who is eligible to apply for this special scholarship? Master and doctorate program, including integrated master and PhD student. And what is the scholarship benefit? For master students, you would receive 1,500,000 won per month. That's huge money, and the duration is 2 years. For doctoral program, you will receive 2 million won per month for a period of 2 years. And then combined masters and doctorate, that's masters, PhD, it will be 1.5 million won, that's 1,500 million won per month, that's for masters. And then about 2 million won per month after 2 years, that's for the doctorate. But like I said, for the doctorate, they are saying 2 years, but it will depend on your academic performance. Universities always take into account talent. Once they see that you're doing well, your professor is okay with you, the professor thinks you're studying hard, the professor will always recommend that they should continue sponsoring you, they should continue offering you the scholarship. So if you come to Korea and you want to study, you always have to make sure that you take seriously your studies. So guys, that's it. If there are any questions, I'm always available to provide clarity. Make sure you leave comments down there, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I always make short videos on learning Korean language, short reels. You might want to join the community, and then let's learn Korean together, and then let's get the masters and PhD. It's always nice to acquire knowledge. I'll see you in the next one.